On a normal motorcycle, speed is an act of violence. When you hit triple digits, the wind tears at your neck, the engine screams beneath you, and the handlebars vibrate like a living thing. The road communicates with you, fear. You are terrified, but you are undeniably alive. Now, compare that to the BMW R1300GS. At the exact same speed, on the exact same road, the violence is simply deleted. The handlebars are dead still. You could hold a cup of coffee on the tank and not spill a drop. People call this the magic carpet ride, and they pay $25,000 for it. It promises the ultimate luxury, absolute stability. But I am here to tell you that this stability is a lie. This machine is gaslighting you. By solving a problem of physics, BMW engineers committed a sin of nature. They severed the connection between the human hand and the asphalt. They created the numbness. On a highway, that numbness is a luxury. But on a cold, wet city street, where you need to feel the grip to survive, that silence won't just comfort you. It might kill you. To understand the danger, you have to understand the norm. For 70 years, motorcycles have used telescopic forks, two simple tubes with springs inside. It is 1950s technology. It is crude, it is basic, but it is honest. When you hit a bump, the wheel moves up, the bars move up, and your hands feel the hit. It is a direct line of communication from the road to your brain. Now, look at the BMW Telelever. This is an alien structure. It looks like a car's double wishbone suspension, hacked apart and bolted onto a bike. The reason it exists is to solve one specific nightmare: brake dive. When you panic brake on a normal bike, the nose dives violently, the geometry changes, and the bike becomes unstable right when you need it most. BMW fixed this. The Telelever physically separates the steering from the suspension forces. When you grab the brakes on a GS, the forces go into the engine block, not the springs. The bike stays perfectly flat. It defies physics. It feels like a cheat code or God mode. But the problem with God mode is that you stop paying attention to the morals. Let's talk about the feedback loop. When you ride a motorcycle, you are not driving. You are managing traction. You are constantly asking the front tire, "Do you have grip? Are we slipping?" On a standard fork, the bike answers you. When the road gets slippery, the steering gets light. When you brake hard and the tire squirms, the handlebars shake. That noise is data. It is the bike screaming a warning at you. The Telelever silences that scream. Because the steering is separated from the suspension, the friction of the road is filtered out before it reaches your hands. It is like performing surgery with thick winter gloves on. You enter a corner, it is raining, and there is oil on the road. Your eyes say, "Danger," but your hands say, "Smooth sailing." The Telelever tells you that you have infinite grip. It masks the microslides and hides the texture of the asphalt. You feel invincible until the laws of physics catch up. Many riders crash BMWs in slow corners, simply because they never felt the front tire letting go. The simulation was too perfect, and when it broke, reality hit them like a freight train. So why is this the best-selling adventure motorcycle in the world? Because of geography. If you are riding from New York to Los Angeles, the Telelever is not a flaw. It is a miracle. Fatigue is the enemy of the long-distance rider. Every vibration requires a muscle to fire, and every shake requires a micro-correction. Over 500 miles, that adds up to exhaustion. The BMW deletes fatigue. It eats crosswinds that would blow a Harley into the other lane. It ignores the wake turbulence of semi-trucks. You can ride 800 miles in a day and step off fresh enough to go to dinner. For the iron-butt rider, the numbness is the point. They don't want to feel the road. They want to conquer it. But most of you aren't crossing continents every day. You are commuting or carving canyons. And in the canyons, you are playing a video game where the controller provides no rumble feedback. Usually, the game lets you win. But when it decides you lose, you don't get a respawn. There is a reason this technology is divisive. It splits the motorcycle community into two distinct tribes. First, you have the purists. They hate it. They call it an armchair on wheels. They want the raw, unfiltered chaos of a Ducati or a KTM because they want to feel the edge of the tire. Then, you have the pilots. They love it. They view the motorcycle as a tool for deployment. They don't want drama. They want efficiency. They trust the German engineers more than they trust their own fingertips. But here's the dark truth about that trust. When you buy a BMW R1300GS, you are not just buying a motorcycle. You are paying for an outcome. You are paying to be protected from the reality of the road. The Telelever covers your mistakes. It fixes your bad braking inputs and smooths out your rough throttle control. It flatters you. It makes you feel like a hero. The danger is that it tricks you into thinking you are a better rider than you actually are. You haven't learned to ride. You have just learned to operate a BMW. So, is the Telelever a masterpiece or is it a trap? It is both. If you view motorcycling as transportation, as a way to get from point A to point B with maximum efficiency, this is the greatest invention in history. It is a surgeon's knife, precise, sterile, and effective. But if you ride because you want to feel, if you ride to dance with physics, to flirt with the limit, and to feel the texture of the earth through your palms, then this machine will leave you cold. BMW sold you stability, but they didn't tell you the price. To get that magic carpet ride, they had to sever the connection between your hands and the asphalt. The bike isn't stable. It's just really good at keeping secrets. It gives you the world comfort, speed, and safety. All it asks for in return is your connection to the road. It's a fair trade. Just don't forget what you sold to get it.